back to the source for the most grounded and up-to-date information on the Iraqi dinar. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, and there is a distinct energy coming out of Baghdad this morning that we haven't felt in quite some time. If you have been following this journey, that we are currently navigating one of the most complex and high-stakes financial transitions in modern history. We aren't just looking at a currency, we are looking at the total reconstruction of a nation's economic DNA, straight into the numbers, because the data coming out of the Central Bank of Iraq today is telling a very specific story about where we are headed as we approach the mid-year mark. Currently, official exchange rate remains anchored at approximately 1.310 IQD to 1 USD. However, the real story is happening in the parallel market. In the Al Khaifa and Al Harithia exchanges this morning, seeing the dinar trading around the 1.440 mark. While some might see that gap as a negative, seasoned observers know that the CBI is actually tightening the screws, flooded with foreign currency reserves, and are strategically releasing diverse baskets of currency, including the yuan and the dirham, to break the dependency on the US dollar. This de-dollarization isn't just a political move, it's a structural necessity. By moving away from a single currency peg, insulating itself from external shocks, and preparing the dinar to stand on its own 2 feet on the international stage. The most significant developments we are tracking today involves Iraq's massive accumulation of gold. The latest reports confirm that Iraq's gold reserves have now reached a staggering 170 tons. This places Iraq as the 29th largest gold holder in the world. For those of you who understand the mechanics of a currency, reset, or revaluation, gold is the ultimate insurance policy. Holding 20% of its total assets in gold, the CBI is telling the world that the dinar is backed by real, tangible value. This isn't a currency printed on a whim. It is a currency backed by a fortress of precious metal. This accumulation is a defensive wall designed to absorb the volatility that will inevitably come when they pull the trigger on the next phase of their monetary reform. That next phase is tied directly to a deadline that everyone in the banking sector is talking about, July 2026. The central bank has issued a mandate that by July of this year, government transactions and state institution payments must transition entirely to electronic systems. The age of the cash-heavy Iraq is officially coming to a close, seeing a radical surge in POS machine installations and the rollout of the digital dinar infrastructure. Why is this critical for the exchange rate? Because you cannot revalue or redenominate a currency that primarily exists in suitcases and under mattresses. You need a transparent digital ledger. Forcing the population and the government into a digital ecosystem, the CBI is cleaning the slate. They are removing the gray market influence, which is the final bridge that must be crossed before a major adjustment to the nominal value can occur. This brings us to the project to delete the zeros, or the redenomination. Lately, a lot of confusion, with many claiming this is a deletion of value. Let's set the record straight based on today's statements from the Ministry of Finance. This is a technical reform where 1,000 old dinars are exchanged for 1 new dinar. While the nominal value changes, the purchasing power is designed to remain stable initially. However, magic happens in the international recognition. A currency with fewer zeros is easier to trade, easier to account for, and significantly more attractive to foreign investors. Iraq deletes the zeros. They aren't just changing the paper, they are changing the global perception of their wealth. Combined with their massive oil exports and their newly fortified gold reserves, this technical move is the pre-set for a currency that can finally compete with its regional neighbors, speak directly to the chosen ones, the seekers, and the patient holders who have stayed the course through years of rumors and delays. Understand the sheer scale of the 2026 3-year budget. Iraq is spending at record levels on infrastructure and development. Cannot maintain this level of growth with a weak or volatile currency. The pressure on the CBI to stabilize and eventually increase the value of the dinar is coming from within the Iraqi government itself. They need a strong dinar to pay for the massive imports required for their development road project in their new industrial cities. The economic gravity is pulling the dinar upward. Global markets are ready for it or not. As we look at the headlines today, we see a nation that is no longer acting like a war-torn state, but like a regional financial powerhouse. Transition is ahead of schedule, the gold vaults are full, and the international banking community is increasingly integrating Iraqi banks into the global WIFT system. Green shoots of a fundamental shift. We are moving out of the era of speculation and into the era of implementation. The July deadline is looming large. Move the CBI makes between now and then is a calculated step toward that final objective. Stay grounded and stay focused on the hard data. Noise of the internet will always try to distract you with overnight promises, but the real wealth is built on understanding the structural reforms, doing the heavy lifting right now, the digital banking, the gold accumulation, the legislative changes. These are the foundations of the new dinar. If you've held on this long, is the time for maximum discernment. Watch the CBI's daily auctions and watch the progress of the electronic payment mandate. Those are your true compasses. Thank you for being part of this community and for seeking the truth behind the numbers. If this update brought you clarity, make sure to show your support so we can continue to bring you these deep dives into the Iraqi economy. Comment the word patience below if you understand that the grace rewards come to those who can see the long-term vision. We are watching history unfold in Baghdad, and you have a front row seat. Stay informed, stay blessed, and I will see you in the next update as the July window approaches. The pieces are on the board and the game is reaching its most interesting phase yet.